So this is the Lomography SuperSampler, and this is the Lomo. Hey guys. Wow, what happened to that? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is GlowBrn and this is GoGrowGlowbern. Today we are going to be talking about these two multi-lens cameras. This is the Lomography SuperSampler and this is the Lomography ActionSampler. Both of them are 4-lens cameras with different orientations. This one is like next to each other and this one's kind of on top of each other. So the SuperSampler camera is a 4-lens camera. The way to use it is you load your film as you normally would. That's the inside of the camera there, and for you to advance the film you have to pull this knob, and while pulling the knob make sure to look at this indicator here. If the indicator turns green, then that means you're ready to take a photo. The shutter button is on the side here, so you can take a photo like this, or you can take a photo like this. To rewind your film, first you have to press this button at the bottom of the camera. I like holding this button down while rewinding so that I'm sure that the camera is not holding on to the film. Flip up the rewind knob and rewind to the direction that the knob points. The ActionSampler is pretty similar to most other 35mm cameras that Lomography offers. So the shutter button's up here. This is a viewfinder that you can use to compose your shots. Film advance is here, so load your film onto here, and that's what the inside looks like. Sorry, that was upside down. So that's what the inside looks like. To rewind your film, just press this button down here, this pink one down here, so that you can rewind your film using this knob, following the arrows that the knob is pointing to. So I tested these out together to compare and see which one I prefer the most. So here are the photos that I have taken.
This job is your shit.
Yeah.
I've got to be close there. I've got to. It's like gas with
And now we're back. Obviously you can see that this one, the Lomography SuperSampler, is broken. I got it off eBay for $20, so at that price you can probably expect that it's not in the best use condition. This one on the other hand was working perfectly well. So pros and cons between these two. The SuperSampler has a 24mm focal length. Therefore, this camera has a wider angle and it can capture more. This camera has two settings. You can take 4 panoramic photos in 2 seconds, or you can flip a switch, which is this one right here. This one, I don't know if you can see that. So this switch here. Okay, it's not going back. There you go. You can flip this switch to choose if you want to take 4 photos in 2 seconds or 4 photos in 0.2 seconds. So if it's in this position, then that is the 4 photos in 2 seconds. If you flip it that way, then that is 4 photos in 0.2 seconds. Now, when would you want to flip the switch? You can choose to flip the switch anytime if you want to take faster photos. So if your pets are running around, or maybe your nieces and nephews or your child's running around and you want to take a good photo of them, then you can flip it to the 0.2 second setting. Or if you just want to take photos in 2 seconds, it's still quite fast anyway. And one thing that I have noticed though, the lens in this camera is very sharp. Like, it really can capture that movement. Another attribute to this camera that I have noticed is that it's a very creative camera. Because I bought this in eBay, it is actually missing a part. I'm not quite sure where it would attach, but I think it attached like in this section here. Maybe, I think so. But I don't have it, so I'm not sure. This camera, if you buy it brand new, it comes with like a little plasticky or like rubbery, or at least the same material as this bit, viewfinder. You can frame your shots using that viewfinder there, but it is encouraged and recommended for you not to. And there are a lot of ways that you can use this camera. So one, you can do it like this and just like, you know, snap away taking photos of whatever you want to take a photo of. You can do it like this, just like that, or like this. Because the lens fires one after the other, you can actually take a photo like this in that motion, or you can do it the other way, or you can do it this way and that way. There's a lot of different ways you can take a photo with this. This camera really lends itself to the creativity, and I think that's a plus for this camera. One thing I wish though is that the film counter should have been placed like here, not underneath here. Because then I'll be like, oh, what's the film counter? And then I have to like keep flipping the camera, and to me that's just a bit inconvenient. Another con is the film advance mechanism for this camera. Now, I'm not really too sure about this method. I mean, props to Lomography for inventing it, and this is very revolutionary and it's quite fun as well. But I'm quite a strong person, and on the manual it says to pull this cord gently, and with me, I tried to pull it gently as I could, but the problem was it was not budging. Like, it just wouldn't move the film forward, and I kind of put a little bit more force there, and eventually I broke it. But this only happened in my second roll of film, so I had to like pull like as gently as I could, but putting a little bit more force. And reading more about this camera, that is the way to destroy it, because like if you don't pull gently, then you end up destroying or wrecking the mechanism of this camera. And that is such a sad thing, because you need to advance your film to take photos. So I'm not really sure what Lomography had in mind for that, but I'm really not too sure about this pull cord. It's fun, but it lends itself to getting destroyed. Maybe the one that I got was just broken from the very beginning, but there was a couple times when I was testing this, I pulled the cord as gently as I could until I could see that it turned green. Like, even though I haven't pulled the full length of the cord and it already turned green even halfway, I stopped because it was green, it was ready to shoot. But the problem was, when I was trying to take a photo like this, and because I was gonna do a comparison video, I wanted to take the same photos of the same thing simultaneously, so I took a photo simultaneously. This camera went off, this one didn't. So I was like, oh, what's going on here? The indicator is already green and it's not, the shutter is not cocked. So I had to like pull the film a bit more and then press, but it was already too late. This one's already fired. So I don't know if it's because it's broken, but I would like to play around with maybe a brand new version or a version of this camera that's not broken and see if it's the same thing. So my final thoughts on this camera, it's fun. I love that it's panoramic, that you can capture so much more, and you can see it in the sample photos that I showed you that this one captures so much more compared to this one. That's because of the wider lens of the camera. It's very compact, easy to carry around, and I'm not really too sure still about the pull cord, but I still would love to try it. If you have one that is fixed, or if you have one that works, then good for you. They are so much fun. Now on to this camera. I love the ActionSampler. The SuperSampler, not so much. I would still be willing to try a better version, but ActionSampler is the way to go. I like the orientation of how the photos came out. It's like little size photos of a normal regular size 35mm photo just stacked on top of one another. And I like that the film advance is this windy knob here, like most of the other plastic and disposable cameras, and it stops when the shutter is cocked, and when you fire the shutter, it just fires the shutter straight away. I love that it comes with this wrist strap so that you can just like dangle it on your wrist and have it on the ready. I guess one thing that I wish for this camera would be that it's got the same focal length as the SuperSampler. That is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you that you have stuck by this channel. Even though I haven't been uploading the past couple of weeks, it's because I was away, and I just got back from an 18-day across Australia road trip, and I have vlogs to share, so please hang on for that. I will be sharing them on the channel as soon as I finish editing them. And I would also like to say hello to the new subscribers. There will be one more film photography related video coming to this channel, and I'll be uploading that on Wednesday, normal time. That will be the last film photography related videos, and travel vlogs will resume. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you want more Australia related travel vlogs, and have a good week. Bye!